people, it's Pretty Girl Love Trap content, and I am here tonight to discuss Top Boy. Okay, I have some of my favorite, content creators with me, and we're going to talk about the show and get into some questions because I got some top questions for Top Boy. Okay, season 5. There's some, mixed opinions and reviews, so I want to get into it because I got questions. I want to know their opinions. So, without further ado, I'm just going to bring them up here. Okay. So I'm going to bring over, of course, this man is very opinionated when it comes to this season and these characters. I'm going to bring them up. What's up, Brillo? How are you?
I'm good.
You good? Okay. We got to get into it. Now, also going to bring Moochella's reviews. Moochie, how you doing? Okay, she's on mute for right now, but we'll get to her in a minute. Oh, that's okay. Please make sure y'all liking the video, subscribe, do all the things. I just want to get into it, very much quickly, because I do have a lot of questions I want to get through for this season. It's very much later. Okay, so un momento, por favor. Okay, so we're just gonna get into it, guys. I'm gonna try to go in chronological order and events that have happened in the season, so we won't get too ahead of ourselves. All right. So let's just get into my first question, y'all. There was a lot of speculation regarding this specific death. People were saying it was a dream sequence. They were saying it was just pretend or what have you. But we did get confirmation that Summer House Sully off Jamie. Okay, I personally was a fan of Jamie. I'm a fan of Sully as well, so I was definitely feeling a way about this, but I definitely want to know how y'all feel about this. But before we do, I gotta bring up one of my other faves. Okay, are you ready, boo? All right, I have rewind that with Miss K. Hey, how you
doing? What's up, guys? What's up, Moochie and Frills? Hi, pretty girl.
We got to get into it. I definitely want to know all of you guys' thoughts regarding this. In the chat, please make sure y'all chime in as well. All right. So,
yes,
I just want to ask you guys, was Sully wrong for offing Jamie? Let's see here. Brillo, go ahead. Your hand is up. So go ahead.
Absolutely and unequivocally no. Let me get this straight. So the community thinks Sully was supposed to just wait for this dude to backdoor the whole organization. He made his play already. Dushane wanted him to be number 2. He was never going to be number 2. He was never going to forget about Dushane getting him locked up. We all saw the clip when he met with the police officer in Spain or whatever. We saw the clip. I'm gonna come to you. It's a time I'm going to come to you for myself. And then when they meet with Sully, my man check him like, "Oh, you had a lot to say earlier, but you don't have nothing to say now." And then he looking stupid. He was backdooring. I get it. We love Jamie, young, charismatic leader, but he tried to backdoor the organization. And Sully is supposed to just let it happen because it's Jamie. No, he was not wrong.
Okay, before I go to you, Miss K, mind you, okay, I literally just rewatched season 2 while at work today. So while working, I should say. So it's kind of fresh because of some of the details I need to just, reacclimate myself. And so I'm gonna move on, to Miss K. But I must say, not saying I disagree with Sully doing this based on his him being a stickler for the rules when it comes to the thuggery. But at this point, like right before he pretty much, off Jamie, him and Sully and Dushane pretty much parted ways. And I'm like, okay, if you're, parting ways, what does it particularly matter? I know Jamie violated, but if you, are not going to be a part of any business dealings with Dushane, I don't know why off Sully. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there because it's fresh in my mind before I go to you, Miss K. But go ahead. Do you feel if Sully was wrong for offing Jamie?
I understand why he did it, but at the same time, I would probably say that he was wrong because of the fact that he was on the boat the whole time and he wasn't doing nothing. He had it so good that Dushane had Jack bringing him money. Like, why all of a sudden? And the crazy thing about it is, Dushane tried to get him to, get back involved and go to Spain himself. And he had all this attitude with Dushane, like he always does. And Dushane was like, fine. And first of all, he even said it. He told Dushane, say, why don't you get Jamie to do it? Your new whoever, get him to do it. And so they had their little fight, whatever. And that's what he wound up doing. He wound up getting Jamie to do it. And yes, Jamie, he was wrong for trying to do his thing or whatever, but I honestly don't think that Sully probably would have, killed him or offed him, sorry, if he didn't hear Dushane's plans, right? Because you got to think about it. Sully was always number 2, even though he didn't want to. He always wanted to be partnered, right? But he was so freaking impulsive and stupid that nobody can, nobody, you can't be a partner with me, bro. You don't know how to do nothing, right? So when Dushane saw the potential and he already saw that Jamie know how to lead, you know what I'm saying? So they was warring with him. So Dushane already know. And so when he told Sully, oh, he's gonna be our retirement plan, that's when he set stuff in motion. Because if you think about it, right, and I kind of did a video that is so freaking long. I don't want to call it a rant, but it's so daggone long that I can't even. I tried so hard to get through the editing today, and I just couldn't. But I did say something about the fact that I feel like I already lost my train of thought, which is so freaking sad. Oh, that it was weeks after. We don't really know the time frame, but after they came back from Spain, Sully and Jamie, it was a few weeks after, right? Probably even a month. And then this dude got deleted out of nowhere after he found out that Dushane's plan was to elevate him or to use him as the new top boy. Sully's jealous. That's why he really got rid of him. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great point.
I have so much more to say, but I'm not going to do this right now.
Moochie, chime in. What are your thoughts about this?
I thought he was wrong for offering Jamie. Maybe because I liked the character, but I felt like, I do feel like he was wrong because, first of all, you're too old to be out there like that. So you should have had the youngins running stuff like that. This is when you play the back and you let them take all the risk.
Yeah.
And he don't know how, and he makes horrible decisions, horrible choices.
Yeah, Sully gives very much Tommy a little bit. But that's the conflict that I have because I'm like, okay, I like Jamie. I want Jamie to win. So that's what I'm conflicted, in terms of this question. But when it comes to ethics in the game, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So, wrong or right, that's kind of like a, based on, the code of the streets. Because that's a good point, Ms. K.
I get that part about him backdooring him, but I get that part about him backdooring him, but
I get it. My bad, Moochie.
No, I could be. No.
We love Jamie.
I cut pretty girl off. My bad.
I get it.
I get it, but Jamie. I just feel like it was like it was impulsive, and he was acting on his emotions. That was all pure emotion,
per usual.
And he wasn't even thinking. This is like the first time. I want to say Dushane had to clean stuff up and get it together when he messed up before. So I don't know. I just thought it was wrong. And maybe I'm attached to Jamie. I was attached to Jamie because they humanized him.
Okay, I love your point about the jealousy. I was thinking more so the thing that eliminated Jamie, it was in Spain. The dude pretty much got Jamie killed because he was like, Brillo said, he was talking all this expansion ideas and big plans. So I was mad, but you trickle in and add in the jealousy, because because Dushane, oh, you never respected me, but you over here respecting him to take over the business. So I definitely feel like it's a combination of things.
Yeah, especially with Sully.
He told him. He said, "Dushane don't speak for me."
Right.
I get it that we like Jamie. Jamie violated. And even though Sully was supposed to be out of the business, he was never going to fully be out of the business. They worked together, so he was never going to be fully out of the business. No, you're not just going to let this boy take over without my say so. No, I'm going to step on him. And he violated, and I warned you. I said, if you even look at me wrong, I'm going to step on you. And that's exactly what happened.
And he didn't look at him wrong. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That wasn't on him.
He tried to take over the organization,
but he didn't look at him wrong.
That wasn't him,
and he didn't even know yet. Listen, I'm not here to cape for Jamie. I'm not here to do that. You know how I do. I do not play favorites. I do not try to be biased. I liked Jamie. Did I feel like he probably got what was coming to him? Yeah, but I'm the type of person that I'm very picky about who's gonna do it. And I don't feel like that was Sully's right. My nigga, you were on a boat. You didn't want nothing to do with Dushane. And you still, and Dushane kept sending Jack to say, bless up. You got anything else? You got anything you want? You want me to carry anything back to Dushane, Sully? No, I don't got nothing to say. So why should somebody respect you? Dushane been out here making plays, right? Being the boss that he is, while this dude was in freaking hibernation on a daggone boat, dealing with whatever the heck, dealing with whatever the heck he was dealing with. Mad ungrateful as always. The only reason, and let's be clear, the only reason why he finally went to Spain is because once again, Dushane had to go to this guy's rescue. Okay, and one thing about Sully is he knows that Dushane is always coming to his rescue, but he never wants to voice it and say, "I need your help," because he feels bad that this dude always has to help him. So when they found out, it was lucky. He was lucky that they found out that he got abducted through social media. Yeah, it was freaking lucky. So at the end of the day, I'm not gonna jump pretty girl, but everything that happens, total trash.
And I also do want to add, I do feel like if Jamie would eventually double cross Dushane, so I can also see Sully getting to it early because if you cross Dushane, you're probably going to cross Sully. So I do want to point that out. But yes,
wait, that Dushane. What did you say again? Say that again.
So I feel like if Dushane would have trusted Jamie, the organization, to him to handle it, I do feel like Jamie would eventually try to take it over and cut Dushane and Sully out because how ambitious Jamie is. So I do see it in a sense like nip it in the bud. Not saying it was, quote unquote, the best decision, but I love Jamie. That's why I'm kind of right now because I'm like,
I'm trying not to be biased with this situation.
It's the only decision. Like I'm not gonna let this kid backdoor me. You can tell I was on the boat, not
he went, but then
I jumped off the porch. I'm back in the game. Yeah, I was never fully out. I'm not gonna let this kid just backdoor me. I get it. We love Jamie, but
no, it's not about loving Jamie because who sits back on a boat and don't do no work and then try to come in and force your way through?
Yeah, take over.
Who the freak does that?
And
that's the problem.
Bringing him his money every month.
Yes, that's the problem with Sully.
He was
too entitled. He was too entitled.
No, I'm trying to stay in that last
when
season.
Jamie takes over, that money that he's bringing on the boat stops, right?
No, listen. I feel like and but listen, I honestly think that if Dushane would have let Jamie know that I'm about to pass you, I'm gonna pass you the torch because I'm on the way out, I think he would have fell back. And there was no way that he could backdoor him anyway. Because they already dealt with dude in Spain. So he couldn't backdoor him.
Who dealt with
Listen, the crazy thing, Sully dealt with the dude in Spain. Yeah, so how could he backdoor him now? That was his only opportunity. And the real person that they really should have thought about taking out was freaking Lizzie. Because she the one who put it all in Jamie's head. Because Jamie was he had to eat some humble pie. So, but she came to him and she put that bad seed in his head.
Yeah, she put that battery in his back.
Yeah. Battery in his back. Sorry. Same thing.
Oh,
same
thing.
I like that one better though.
Let's move on because I have a lot of questions. I'm trying to go 2
sorry,
guys.
guys.
So let's move on. Move on. All right. So, how do you guys feel about the takedown of Johnny and Taj McGee? Because I honestly felt like it was way too easy. So being that it's 6 episodes, maybe we had to get him out of there quick. But the way Bill, he was the kind of in between guy. The way he was hyping up Johnny and them like they the baddest boys in the land, and you, Dushane and Sully, get to just eliminate them. And for Johnny just to let Sully into the whole nursing home situation. He was definitely underestimating Sully, but I feel like somebody like Johnny would have been, based on his reputation, would have been a lot more careful about, what he shows people. I don't know. I just feel like it was a lot of underestimation. I feel like this particular threat was eliminated way too easy. But Moochie, what do you feel about this whole Johnny takedown? I like the scheme. Don't get me wrong. I like the plot, but I just felt like it happened too quickly and too easily.
I like the way it happened. Excuse me, y'all. I like the way it happened, but it was too easy. But I think he figured that Johnny figured that he scared them enough where they would fall in line.
Yeah,
and that's what he was banking on, and he was wrong.
I agree. Brillo, what do you think about it?
It all come down to, like you said, he didn't do his research on Dushane, and he definitely didn't do his research on Sully. He thought by mentioning his daughter and his family that was going to pipe him down. He didn't know who he was truly dealing with. When it comes to Sully, you're going to mention his daughter. So they put the play down. It was only 6 episodes, like you said, but of course I enjoyed it. Like you said, the dude was talking with his chest, with the bravado. He got stepped on, and it was so easy. It was good to see Dushane and Sully get back to it. That's the top boy that I enjoy. But yeah, you gotta do your research on somehow Sully and Dushane, because when they on the same page, it's a beautiful thing. So he stepped on them dudes, and that's what he get. Like he was pressing too hard, and you didn't really do your research on these dudes, and you inserted yourself just thinking that they're gonna be okay with it. Like, no, not at all. They put that play together, and I enjoyed it.
That's facts. Miss K, what do you think
I know you did. I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it?
No. I'm just saying. I'm telling Brillo. I said I know you did. I thought that it was so pointless bringing them in. I'm disappointed in that whole storyline. I'm telling you, the whole time I was watching it, I said, I really hope that this is Dushane behind the McGees, that he set this whole thing up, because he didn't just walk away like a weak man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
when they took them down like that, I was just like, here we go again with these, like, trying to big up these people or buff up these people just to let us down, and they don't mean a daggone thing.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that number 2 dude, Johnny, he said, me and you, Sully, we're alike. We're more alike than we think. You're right. You're both not smart. And he made the big mistake of bringing Sully to that nursing home and introducing this man, telling him, oh, this is my great uncle, and we're gonna be here on such and such day. He might as well have just been like, here, take the gun and just do me right now.
Facts.
And after you did a hostile takeover type of situation. Yeah, you did like a whole hostile takeover situation. And you're right, Brillo, it must have been some type of underestimating type of stuff. But how do you do that? I'm so confused about that whole thing, because it's like these dudes been doing this thing for years. Somehow, Dushane, Sully, they've been doing this for years. And so why y'all wait till now? Maybe because they found out Sully took over.
And I also want to add the fact that Johnny was so quick he was pretty much, propositioning Sully to work together and pretty much, exclude his uncle. I'm like, that all ripped. That was another, like, okay, you willing to off, not off necessarily, but, backdoor, as Brillo was saying, your uncle, you definitely gonna play me.
Right.
No, mentioning his daughter was his signing his death certificate.
Yeah, he said they're all dead.
Definitely.
But they always, but he was trying to get at them anyway because they took his food. They took the food.
Please, bro. No,
They took the food. So, he took the shipment. So that's why he got Billy to tell him, like, where can I meet him? They didn't know that they was on their way to the little barn house or whatever the heck it was. They didn't know they was on their way there to the stable. But Billy gave them up. And that's why they came through like that, blasting and all that. And he's like, oh, good boy, Billy, this and that. Which was another thing that I didn't understand. And I'm not going to go ahead. Let me leave it alone because you might have questions about that too.
What's up, OG Knowledge? The Irish team was very weak. Or I built him up to be. Yeah, that's one of the things that reminds us of another show, but we're not going to go there.
Yes.
There
she goes.
Hi, Moochie. All right,
you
y'all.
to be coughing and stuff like that.
I like your hair. Sorry.
Thank you.
Pretty girl.
No, you're good. We about to get into it now. Jacques' move to steal the food. What the F? This
Go
ahead, Brillo.
I'm gonna ass out on this live. This is the dumbest thing of all time. It's just so ridiculous. You can sell the food for years. For years. Soon as your crackhead sister OD, you want to take this man's shipment? This was so whack to me. She deserved to. She should go. Like, this is disgusting. Like, how many people like if you're a drug dealer, you can't have no feelings like that just because your sister. Oh man, just because your sister OD, and now all of a sudden you see you having a moral conundrum, and you want to take this man's shipment, take the whole shipment. Why don't you just quit? What did I have to do with anything? Like, this was like, she deserved to get her water cut off. I was a little disappointed. I didn't get that. I was very disappointed. I didn't get that. Jacques, I cannot stand her character for that. Like, what are you doing? Like, how many seasons was she? She like third in command at Summer House. What are we doing here?
Lots of terrible things happening.
In command for real. After Dushane was kind of out of it. She like second in command. Like, she's a big stepper. What are we talking about? How much drugs is you done sold? Jacques, you a gangster. Because your sister goofy self get it, and then you're gonna press my man because he sold to your sister. Okay, I get it. I wouldn't have did it if I was my man. It's in bad taste. He should have came to Jacques.
Yeah,
but still, to take the shipment, that was disgusting. That rubbed me the wrong way. And then she still get to live. Come on, man.
I love.
Well, I think he wasn't. He didn't give her a pass.
No, I'm saying he didn't get around to eliminating her. She should have been stepped on. Like, that's crazy.
Well, she's got little Jack to live for, so I'm glad.
Out of here, man.
I know. I was so mad.
Little Jack, baby Delroy.
Out of here. The baby can go to the group home. Get Jock out of here.
Damn. You trying to create more?
Get her out of here. I can't stand Jock. She got.
Oh man,
she did make a dummy move though.
You don't like emotional Snoop? What's wrong?
Oh, just leave.
That's facts. I do love the fact when she went to press Rwando and he was like, "I'm only, shotting like you told me." Like, he was definitely like, make it like, here's the mirror. Like, this is what you told me to do. Like, you always telling us to press hard, and you taught me the game, but some people can't handle when it hits home.
Hey, that's the same problem. Day one dude that got his face. He's a Summer House legend right there. He got his face messed up for the game. So
exactly.
You need to talk to your sister about being a dope fiend. Jock is disgusting, man.
You know what I had a problem with? When she saw the foil the night before. You should have woke her junkie behind up and been like, what you doing? What you doing? How you say it, Miss K? You know how to do that accent.
Some of you to like chime in, like bringing that actress.
I don't understand why she didn't confront her when she saw it right away. You gave her a chance to use again.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna wake her up, to be honest.
Me too.
I saw it as sometimes the type of person I am. I need to think. I need to
wait anyway.
I mean,
exactly.
waking her up
And
now,
high.
waking up in 5 hours is not going to change.
She was able to get at the white woman about her baby.
But that was.
But
You
her
mean
sister
to
was
tell me you
already
couldn't be like,
gone.
you fell asleep with your baby? You couldn't do all of that?
Her sister was already gone by then, no mooch.
Yeah.
I know.
The only time when she saw the white chick, she was like, "Do you even wash your baby?" Like she was just like,
right. And now you
what
care
the
about
heck
this
is
little
going on?
white
Yeah.
baby.
I mean, she did say something about it, but yeah, she of course more after her sister died. But I was totally honestly, when Sully was telling her, I was so happy that he told her it's not on you and it's not on him, it's on your sister. I'm sorry to tell you, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah.
Because I don't like when people like it's the same thing that happened with that detective in what's that in Force.
Yeah.
Like you mad at Diamond because your sister's a crackhead? I mean, that doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, the one they got rid of from last
I
season.
can't stand that.
Yeah, he was a jerk.
Yeah.
I might pass out on this live if we talk about Jock.
Jock, plenty of times she said, we are better than that. And that's the thing when you kind of put yourself above, like that humbled you real quick because anybody can get hooked. Like it ain't, regardless of, gender, class, or whatever have you. Like she just got a rude awakening. And it is what it is, Jock. I'm
so
sorry.
sad. I think it was stupid for her to take it, and because you know why? At the end of the day, you're not taking drugs off the street, right? Somebody else is you could take that all you want and run if you were gonna run, but at the same time, the game is still gonna be the game. They're gonna continue to. So you're not doing nothing. Leave, take your family out of here, and that's it. That's how you do it.
She was second in command. It was Dushane, Sully, and then her.
I don't know how I felt. So Mandy came over to the house not too long afterwards, after Lauren's death, and pretty much said, "Hey, Lauren is doing this because you are selling drugs." And I don't know about all that, Mandy. Like you unless it was a drug that Jock had in the house and she decided to play with it. But I'm like, Mandy, I think you kind of reaching a little bit. Am I tripping, or like does Jock need to have some accountability?
I liked it. I liked
in the hood. It's anywhere, regardless if Jock's selling it or not. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, I don't because I only seen it that once. But if I'm remembering correctly, I feel like she was right for what she was saying. It was the truth that hurt, and that's why she got the taste slapped out of her mouth. But listen, my girl Mandy, she an OG, so she took it like a G. Like, listen, slapping me is not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it untrue. It's not gonna make it go away. I'm telling you,
no accountability for your crackhead sister. I'm sorry, man.
It might not be the time to tell somebody, but
it ain't Jock's fault.
That's the thing. It's not like even Sully said it's not on is Lauren's decision. So I don't know if I would have put that on Jock necessarily. Now I feel like she needed to be humbled, but I don't necessarily blame Jock for.
Oh yeah,
honestly,
I think it was. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Brillo.
I was gonna say, if you want to keep it all the way real, her sister been supposed to been gone.
Yeah, she was doing a lot.
Supposed to been gone.
Yep.
She pillow talking
for the other season.
She violated a long time ago, and we let that slide
a couple times.
Yeah. What are we talking about here? Her sister supposed to been gone. I ain't forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I don't even remember what the heck I was gonna say. Oh, I think she was just trying to get her to realize, like, she wasn't blaming Mandy. I think she was trying to get her to realize the hypocrisy. Like, how are you upset that your sister took drugs that you sell?
Yeah.
So it's hitting home for you, and you got the nerve to be upset about it. What do you think you're doing to other people as you were selling drugs this whole time?
Yeah, I just feel like maybe it could have been worded differently, but sometimes it takes you to say things wrong.
Because it hit her. She remembered. Remember how she actually repeated it? Like, it's too late for Lauren, but it's not too late for my nephew. Exactly. So she was listening.
Yeah.
Pissed her off though.
So what about the past now? If y'all watching, I'm pretty sure on the panel, y'all remember that Dushane, pretty much gave Lauren a pass already. Even gave her, Jock some bread so Lauren can flee because Lauren was running her mouth, pillow talking and doing all the things. And I even had to rewatch this, last season. I forgot about her baby daddy, pretty much, taking Sully and Dushane's food. Like they was doing all type. Lauren, unfortunately, was kind of in the midst of a lot of BS. So
being gone, man.
They messed up the nail salon.
Yes,
it
was a lot. It was
yeah.
so what do y'all feel? Yes or no answers, Miss K. Yes or no?
Another pass. Yeah. I'm gonna say yeah, because she's one of the most loyalist soldiers, and it's not her fault what her sister did. The only thing that I would probably say that she screwed up on was taking the food. and her mind is all jacked up. She wasn't thinking clearly. I think she deserves a pass. And of all people, I felt like Sully would have given her a pass over Dushane because I thought their relationship was a little tighter.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I'm saying? And he even told her, like, I've been where you are.
Yeah.
So I get basically the low place that you are. But, that's the psychology of this dude, Sully. Anybody that mirrors him too much, he can't trust, and he got to get rid of him because he's a backdooring type of dude. So I can't keep somebody around that I can't trust. That's how I look at it.
I do gotta say, this may be horrible, but the most fire line I can remember from the season, Jacques, don't beg.
It's disgusting. I wanted to smack him so hard.
I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of fire. It was kind of fire.
Giving her a pass.
I'm only giving her a pass. Look, I ain't give Jamie a pass. I'm only giving her a pass because I felt like she was loyal. She tried to do everything. Listen, she came and was honest about what her sister did. Her sister could have been gone, and she was honest about what her sister did. Yeah. Right. She didn't have to, but I'm saying she didn't have to give it up. And she still was honest with them, knowing the type of dudes that she was dealing with for her family. So when it comes to her herself, I'm sorry, pretty girl. So when it comes, this is for her sister. So when it comes to her herself,
not her sister.
Give me no.
The first
I'm talking about
another pass.
Right.
I'm referring to the taking the food. That's what I'm talking about.
No.
Yeah.
Because he gave her a pass for the sister. Talking about so I'm referring to.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying because to me that pass is for Lauren, really, but she's attached to that pass because that's her sister. She don't want nothing to happen to her sister, right?
Her sister was dead already.
Huh?
She took the food.
Her sister was what?
So when Jacques went to Sully after she took the food and pretty much just was deciding to give it back, she was asking him for another, like a pass. So that's what I'm referring to.
I know.
Okay.
I was just making a point about the sister because you put another pass. So I was just thinking about the sister. That was really on her. That was that wasn't on Jack like that. That was just her protecting her sister, right? You don't think that?
No, because her sister was already gone and taking the
I'm talking about with the whole
the first pass,
that whole situation. Yeah. So this is the other pass that you're talking about, right? Another pass, meaning the one where she took the food, the shipment. Yeah. So this is her pass.
A first pass for Jacques. Is that what you're kind of?
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. Like, yeah.
Got it.
So
I feel like
where's the payment for being loyal? That's all I'm saying.
The payment for being loyal is I didn't step on your sister after she violated, and then you take my shipment. You my second in command. I depend on you in my crew, and you take my shipment. No, you don't deserve a pass. She deserved to be in the ground. What are you doing? You could have just left. No, she don't get no pass. And the first pass was for her too, because that's the only reason her sister is still breathing, because she who she said she was. And she was a day one Summer House legend. So, nah, man, she don't get no pass for stealing a whole shipment. Soon as I get the Irish off my case, she wanted my own lieutenant want to steal a shipment.
No. Listen, Bumpy Johnson, okay, he forgave his people for stealing when they came clean about it. So sometimes that's how you got to show love. What's the point? You're not gonna get your soldiers to stay loyal to you if you always trying to invoke fear. Eventually, somebody's gonna pop you.
Yup.
because they're tired of it. You got to show you got to show loyalty and love back. That's how I feel.
get
So
that.
talk to them. Talk to
But-
that, Detroit Kings. Get up out of here with that.
Nah, she
He ain't
don't deserve
he
no
ain't
bad.
talking to me.
She violated too. Come on, man. You my second in command. Like, leave. And then you did it for a goofy
I
reason.
agree with that.
I would say
If that's the case, don't bring back the food then. Shoot.
I would say it's a little more layered because they kind of took Sully on a wild goose chase. Let's get into Kieran because he was a part of it, blaming Sky. Like Sully was about to kill everybody in that plot. Okay, he was about to direct everybody.
Why they hate on the dead team
him
so
look
much?
crazy.
I want to talk about that.
What happened?
Like, why they still? I say what I say about Jamie, but his crew is loyal. They solid dudes. The crew, Jamie's old crew. Why just everything? Oh, they probably did it. And then Sully go there because he gets lied to by people he depend on and trust.
Because he's stupid, Brillo. Keep it real. He's stupid.
You can't, Miss K.
He's stupid.
Miss K. If you
go
can't,
ahead, I'm ready. What up?
Listen, you in the game. You gotta trust your people.
Really?
Be stupid not to.
Right.
You gotta trust your people, or you just in it alone. You gotta put your trust in somebody. So he put his trust in who else he gonna put his trust into? That's all he got. He not thinking his own people gonna do this to him.
Why not?
Why would you think that? Like you gotta put your trust in somebody. You think he's stupid? That's cool. But in this situation, I mean, why would he not trust Jock? Why would he not trust my man who just? And of course, it's a little dissension because they a little salty because of what he did to Jamie. So of course, but at the end of the day, he knew my man wasn't lying because he didn't squeeze on him. At the end of the day, he knew my man wasn't lying. And my thing is this: why they keep hating on Jamie's crew? Like these dudes just trying to eat.
That was annoying.
You make up this elaborate lie, a total lie. Come up there, my man don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I didn't like that part.
I
felt like they had him looking so tough, and then that whole Sully thing, they just made him look soft. And I didn't. I thought he was gonna be able to, like, you know how, because you saw Jamie's brother go to him, so I'm thinking he gonna really show like he's an alpha in their group, but it was just like he took the toughest one and sunned them, and that was it. They all caved in.
Yeah, but it's Sully. He's like the boogeyman that nobody want to F with. So I don't think that made him look weak, but
it's like you gotta play your position. Like he not ready for this. It's levels to it. On that level, yeah, he the top. But Sully, like she said, is like the boogeyman. And the fact that his crew is just lying to him, that's crazy. Like, and then they still hating on Jamie in death. Like, let these dead teas eat. Like,
I thought that was whack.
That's crazy.
I was so mad at Kieran for that. I understand that he was trying to protect Jack, but just say I don't know. Like I really don't know what's going on. Why would you throw somebody else under the bus? So I was real upset, and I was hoping that nobody would get off because of it. But at the same time, guys, this honestly showed why Sully was incompetent to be the lead. Because let me tell you something, he did not start to be skeptical of Kieran until Dushane popped up. All right. Dushane was not having that. What about Jack? Where is she? You see, because at this point, it don't matter. Brillo, I'm honestly surprised that you said, oh, you have to trust this and that. But when stuff like this happens and he counted only a few people knew where it was, and this dude Kieran is closest with the girl Jack, you gotta put him in it now. You have to think that way. And that's why Dushane was like, yo, where the heck is Jack at?
You want to believe in your crew, so he gonna at least try to. Come on, you're not gonna think he loved Jack. Why would Jack do? Sully loved her. Why would Jack do this to me? He want to believe you gonna want to believe your right hand man didn't do you like this.
I'm pretty sure. I wonder
the truth at this point.
I wonder if Dushane felt the same way, right, in the bathroom. Why would he do me like this? But at this point, he already know what he's dealing with.
All Dushane had to do was ask. He's a snake.
Moochie, you got something to say?
Sorry, Mooch.
I just feel like once we saw him delete them text messages, he was putting a nail in his coffin from there. because you should have just deleted everything. Nah, I didn't hear from her. That once she did that and Sully took that phone and looked through it, he know that something wasn't right with that.
Yeah, but if he would have deleted a whole thread,
that would have been a problem.
No, not the whole thread. I'm talking about he just deleted hers.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He had to delete the whole conversation. Yeah.
I think that was smart of him doing that.
That was smart. I was happy he did that. But then Dushane came in, and what did he do, pretty girl?
Exactly.
That he brought it up, and then that's when Sully jumped on the bandwagon, like, oh, put it on speakerphone. Don't text her, call her. And I was like, don't pick up the phone. Don't pick up the phone.
I was glad she didn't pick up though. I was glad she didn't pick up though. I was like, I hope she don't pick up because remember they was constantly talking.
Yeah, I was so mad she didn't pick up the phone.
I'm like, yo, he had a whole
for Jock. That's crazy.
He had a whole.
Are we supposed to hate her?
I'm
sorry, girl. Yeah, like how you turn off that quick over somebody that we've been riding with for years? You just gonna turn it off like that? Jeez.
Just because her sister got. Just because your sister crackhead, like I don't think they would have eliminated her if she said, you know what, I'm out this game. I cannot do this anymore. I don't think they would have. I think they would have let her walk.
Yeah, I don't think they wouldn't have did anything. I don't know what to say.
I just don't understand. We went through all this to save him from Rwanda, and we
thank you
him. Like, what would have Karen been wrong? And we'd be like, nah, Jock stole. Like, would he whatever went wrong? Because I feel like that would have saved his life if he would have. I know he probably wouldn't have did it because they had that whole, brother sister camaraderie family.
She put him in the trick bag too, because he got to be loyal to her.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I know.
He's loyal to, and you know what I'm saying. So she got him eliminated.
It was
on Jock. He loved her because she saved him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying. That was a good scene when he was looking at her like. When he was in the back, like, damn, Jock. and she came through, so he gonna ride with her. So her dumb play got him eliminated.
Yeah.
And he just trying to think on the let me put it on the ZTs. Let me try to, you know what I'm saying? She got him eliminated.
That was
some things it's just hard to continue to talk about.
Yeah,
I think he stayed loyal because of that whole protest thing, and she.
Yeah, that was.
That's a religious thing.
Like he felt like he owed her with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So she got him eliminated.
Let's just lightly touch on this situation. I don't want to see
terrible. Sorry.
But was Shelly asking for too much financially of Dushane? Because I'm like, girl, $2 million, and he got what 15.2 or 4? What like? I don't know. Like, I just feel like their relationship wasn't that deep. But
wow,
Moochie, I'll let you chime in first. Like, was she asking for too much?
Yeah, she was asking for too much. But I feel like, she, how can I say it? They never mind.
Go ahead. Was she?
I figured they was going into the whole thing together. So
yeah,
that's why.
What was more? Huh? Yeah, you're right. That was. I feel like that was her, like, gimme gotcha. Like, I'm gonna make sure you got you getting something out the deal to make you feel a little better, to satisfy you about my dream.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if he had the money, everything would have went through. If that other lady didn't do what she did.
But Brillo, you made a good point on your live. You said if he wasn't trying to get that nail salon, he wouldn't have figured out his
never would have known.
Dunzo.
Yeah, so I mean,
Shelly asked
asking for too much of course, but I can't believe. No, she wasn't asking for too much. She should have asked for more. Ladies, when you got a sucker on the line, you wheel him in. You wheel him in. You ain't married. You ain't got no kids together. Nothing. I don't care, ladies. Like my man OT would say, when you got a sweet thing on the line, like Kane or like Dushane, when you got you a sucker on the line, you wheel him in. You don't let that pole go. You wheel him in. You bleed him dry because he deserved it. She should have asked for $4 million. You sit up there like a goofy. This ain't your wife. Y'all have only been talking for a minute. Wheel him in. She should have asked for $4 and his goofy self. I got you. Yeah, I got you.
That
No,
still was
he-
the woman that
he-
took care of his mother on her
Yeah.
deathbed.
Yeah,
That
I
still
don't
was
care
the
nothing
woman
about
that
none
took
of
care
that.
of his mother on her
Did
deathbed.
her
So
job.
he is gonna feel a way towards her.
She did her job. I get it, you love her, but 2 M's. We ain't even married. We ain't got no baby together. Come on now.
Money ain't a thing though.
She should have asked for more. She should have asked for more.
When money ain't a thing, it shouldn't be a big deal, should it? Right? Just
shoulda
throw it in
asked
the
for more.
bag.
Miss K, you said if
Yes.
it ain't chicken, if you got it. That's what you're saying?
Yes. Yes.
And that's how he was feeling. That's why I say she should have asked for more. But if he coming off to 2 million, like I need to know more. We need to be in this relationship a little deeper. Hey, I get it. You took care of my mom. She ain't here no more.
I mean, he moved her in. Listen, all he needed to do was marry the girl. He done got them a place, moved her and the daughter in, like all of this stuff. They was already playing house. So, and plus she's let me tell you something that I always like when the drug dealers get with the down chick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that down A chick is the one that's not gonna be asking like, oh, when are you gonna stop this? When are you gonna I mean, of course, like I'm not into a drug dealer, but I'm just saying for the purpose of a viewer, nobody got time for you to be with somebody that trying to get you to leave the game. She's a rider, right? But unfortunately, look, I don't think 2.1 was a bad number. Sully, I'm sorry, not Sully. Dushane thought he had 15 million, right? So that really was not a lot. But he did say to her, don't you think you're doing a little too much trying to get 9 shops? Like you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like crawl before you walk, this and that. So I think he wasn't smart with that. But I feel like he should have been like, I'll get you 1 more shop and then we'll see how you do with that. And then we'll continue to do another shop and another shop. You know what I mean?
He should have told her, nah, I got 100,000 for you to get 1 shop. I'm not giving you no 2 M's.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, 1 shop.
She probably could have got 4 out of
here trying to be a Lakeisha, and that's what I feel like she low-key was probably saving herself. This would have worked out because she would have had that chain if they would have been laundering money, and if he would have been made a stupid mistake, she would have been going down too.
Yeah,
but I feel like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just feel like 2 million.
Too much money.
I don't know. I'm just me as a person. I wouldn't just feel. I'm just too proud and humble of a person to really be asking. Like,
yeah, I don't know if I could do it either.
Yeah, like it's Louis Vuitton bag or something.
Yeah,
that's a lot. We ain't at the mall trying to shop. We trying to buy shops. Like
you had a sucker on the line. She had her sucker. He's sitting there goofy. I'll give you anything. Just don't worry about it.
She didn't.
Just give me 48 hours. Get out of here. Franklin. Great value, Franklin. Dushane.
So speaking of money, Sully told Dushane that he would have helped him if he would have told him. I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, hell no, Sully. I don't know about it.
He would have helped him, Miss K. He loved Dushane.
You know why I'm saying, oh my gosh, I'm definitely saying, I'm talking to you, Brillo. You know it. That's why you said that.
He would have helped his brother. You have
Dushane, I'm calling you Dushane. Brillo, please talk to me. Tell me where in the story did you see him ever do that? Okay. Don't tell me about him coming with the freaking money to get back on.
That
was a payback for so many times this guy came.
Anything needed to be done that was of substance. Sully came through. Who got rid of Driz when Dushane couldn't do it? Sully. They loved each other. They are brothers. He was not gonna let that man rot away for the rest of his life in prison. I refuse to believe that. I know people hate Summerhouse Sully.
I don't hate him.
They don't like his character because he eliminated Jamie, this and that. He was not going to let Dushane. If Dushane would have went to him like, bruv, I'm going to spend the rest of my life in prison. They would have came up with something to get this man out of town.
It's a possibility.
I firmly believe that Sully would have did. But let me ask you this. Dushane trying to do what he did. If that would have happened, where do that leave Sully? Holding the bag. Like, come on, you about to cripple this man all for yourself? You can't even have a conversation with this dude that you done came up with. As much as y'all done been through, much as you done been through with this dude, you can't have a conversation with him.
Who been through what?
I'm talking about.
But how?
Yeah.
How? I'm saying how. If the last conversation y'all had, he was telling you to step back, and it's his time now, and he couldn't even talk him out of that.
I get that.
He just wanted to make sure he was still going to get his money, like how Dushane was paying him. That he's like, just pay me my money like how I paid you. So I'm trying to figure out how he could have went to him. When they hope. I feel like when they went to the nursing home and took that guy out, that's when he could have probably told him, because it was done then, but he didn't. Right. That was a missed opportunity of him telling Sully then, because they was already once he went to help him, then he could have been like, now you got to help me get out of the country. I gotta go.
Right, exactly. But can I say this? So now that you brought that up, bros, right? So in the video that I don't know when the heck I'm gonna freaking get it done, but it's recorded. Help me, Lord.
We understand.
I mentioned that I thought it was pretty strange that Lizzie left with Dushane's money weeks ago, right? Who was killed a few weeks ago. No. Weeks ago, they came back from Spain. Like, if you kind of look at the timeline a little bit, and you talk about somebody crippling someone, I feel like Sully, obviously in the bathroom, Dushane said, you've been planning this the whole time, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel like in some way, he might have been planning this with Lizzie. You know, in last season, Dushane, he said he was gonna off. He told Jeffrey, I'm gonna off your wife because she's been going by my behind my back in Spain, right? But just so you could keep Summer House going, make sure you don't change the plans. I'll leave your wife alive. Unfortunately, that turned out to be a mistake because she took his money. But the crazy thing is that Sully's money was good, and if y'all remember, he went to Life and said, I need to give pretty much all my money to set up for my daughter. But he lied to Dushane and said, I only put about 100 or so in there. So if you're talking about really crippling somebody, in order to take over Dushane and the organization and make him fall back, he had to cripple all the money. He had to take the money that Life was holding, right, to cripple him so that if he did get backdoored, he couldn't come with that, with the money to do whatever he needed to do to get back on top. So I think that Sully, that's my little theory, that Sully and Lizzie was working together. So at the end of the day, if he tried to cripple this dude, his bruv, right, then he most likely probably wouldn't have helped him get out the daggone country.
That's a great theory.
I don't know if I could see. That's a great thought. One, I never took that Sully gave, because we don't know.
For somebody that's dumb.
I was gonna say for somebody that's dumb it is, but who probably put it in his back? Lizzie, like she did to Jamie. Sorry, pretty girl.
What I was saying is, if Dushane was able to invest $16 million, I would say they're getting some sort of even split. So I wouldn't say a couple $100,000 is all of Sully's money. I never took it as that. He wanted to secure his daughter's future, so he gave her. Because I don't see Sully as trusting as Dushane when it came to somebody like a Life, and I don't see necessarily Sully building or forming an alliance with a Lizzie, because Lizzie has such a rapport with Dushane. Like I don't necessarily, not saying like that's not a good theory, but just my point of view, I don't see Sully kind of going for that.
She didn't really have a rapport like that with Dushane. She was petrified of him. She was
not a rapport, but she had more.
At the end of the day, she wanted to get the heck away from him.
Yeah.
So she didn't have, and my thing is, how would they really? I mean, there's so many holes in this last season.
Episode stuff.
There's so many holes that we could. Yeah, we could come up with so many stories, right? But at the end of the day, you may say that Sully probably wasn't as trusting with his money. Then he probably shouldn't have been putting his money. He probably shouldn't have been investing his money with Life in the first place, because he was telling her that he wanted her to have the money so that her mother and and the other person didn't touch it, whoever she was with. And when Dushane went and told him about it, he didn't seem to care. He kind of brushed it off like, oh, well, thanks for the heads up. Like, he didn't care. So that's what made me feel like, maybe something's up with that, you know? At the end of the day, we ain't going to, I think he lied to him.
Oh, that's chump change. You know, I'm not going to miss that money. That's how I
feel. But I feel like he lied, though. I mean, that was just me. I just thought he lied. I don't think he's a truth teller.
I think Sully would have helped that man. That man was a snake.
I don't see that.
Who was a snake?
Dushane.
Wow.
He was off the rails this season. Dushane is a snake, man. I'm sorry.
I cannot understand what I'm hearing.
He tried to triple the legend at his summer house, Sully, and all he had to do was just come to Big Bro and say, I need your help. And I know we were little kids in summer house. Came in, we eliminated Sugar, took out the Jamaicans. You saved my life several times. I done saved yours. We got too much history. I know words were said.
He never saved that nigga life.
I'm like 70-30.
I need you to step back. Once he said that was dissolved everything where you can't trust him. Because he planted the whole back door.
Brillo is not right, sweetie. I don't know what show y'all watching. Y'all know you're not right. He did not.
Can I get this in? The only other leverage that I would say that would give Sully some incentive with helping Dushane get out of the country, him knowing Dushane won't be able to get in his way when it comes to his future business. That's kind of like an incentive. I would say, oh, you're not going to be in the way no more trying to sell me. All right, I'm going to help you get out the country. That's that's part of the 30% that he would give him the money that I'm giving him.
This monster y'all making him out to be, man. He loved Dushane. At the end
he loved him, but they always had that back and forth. You can love somebody, but still... Their relationship was very much toxic.
It was, and that's why Brillo thinks there's so much love there, because he understands the toxicity. You know, he thinks that there's so much love going on. Like, this is not love.
They button heads. They done came up together. He was not gonna let that man rot in prison for the rest of his life when he could help him.
It's something we'll never know, right? But
I don't think it'll be easy. Like, I feel like he would have definitely, would be like, hey, bro, can I have such and such? It would have been, somebody would have gave him some lip or something. Like, he would have definitely made him work for it just a little bit.
Look, pretty girl, think about his attitude when last season, when Dushane asked him to go to Spain. His attitude was horrible.
Facts.
Horrible. This is a way to bail us out of a situation. And he said, oh, you want to come to me and ask me for stuff? And then Dushane had to tell him, as many times that I bailed you out. Yeah, of course. That's probably why Dushane didn't want to tell him nothing. And that's why when Sully was like, oh, well, why didn't you just come to me? I would have gave you the money. He said, you? Because he never showed him, Sully never showed Dushane that he would be there for him. It was always the other way around. That relationship was one-sided as heck. Okay, Detroit,
and I feel like honestly, part of Dushane going to Spain is the fact that he knew Jamie was there. If he, it took that for him to go there.
There you go, Sully. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
When did Sully save Dushane's life? Thank you. I mean, please tell me. Dushane took his first. Is it okay if I read it?
No, go ahead.
Dushane took his first major big-time body to save Sully. Sully has always been trying to backdoor Dushane. This goes back to the original series. Exactly. And even Bobby Rakes told this dude, this guy is going to be the end of you, basically. He's a liability. He told him, you're a liability. Been a liability the whole time.
We at an hour, but I hope if you guys need to go, I understand. But I just have 5 or so more questions.
This
is the end of the show, so I gotta get all my questions out if y'all don't mind. So speaking of there,
let me put myself on mute.
What happened? I did something.
I'm just laughing at Brillo. I gotta get on
mute. I'm flabbergasted.
Okay, so speaking of their partnership, what is Dushane and Sully's true partnership flaw? There's always a flaw when it comes to this, drug duel. Like, what was the main flaw? Who was more at fault? Was it more Sully? Was it more Dushane? Was it a combination? Like, how do you feel about it? Moochie, you chime in first. What do you feel?
I feel like it's all on Sully. Sully was like he wanted to be the top dog, even if Dushane was running it better. He was more organized. He had control. He wasn't so impulsive with certain decisions.
I feel like that is Dushane's fault, of course, for the simple fact that them dudes work good together. A partnership is just that, a partnership. Summer House Sully is the hammer. Who was feared in the Summer House? They wouldn't dare, like, Dushane wasn't feared. You got your cerebral
he was.
person. You got your cerebral person, but come on, I'm talking about in comparison to the legend that is Summer House Sully. He was not pressing like that.
They were scared of Sully. They knew Sully killed Driz. They knew Sully killed Jamie. Nobody was effing. They were trying to keep that under wraps, even though they knew at the end of the day it was Sully. They was not about to press Sully, but
I say it was Dushane's fault for not valuing the legend and taking him for granted. That hammer, so where you didn't have to get your hands dirty, you didn't have to put in that work, you didn't have to kill your best friend, Driz. You didn't have to do really none of that. Yeah, I'm a little impulsive, but that's what you get. That's the price of war, as Walter Flynn would say. That's the price of admission. So yeah, it's Dushane's fault. He should have known how to deal with a personality like Sully. You gotta make Sully think that it's a real partnership. Even though you running the show, we know you the brains, right? You're supposed to be the brains, but you turned out to be a great value Franklin in the end. But you know, giving your money and then doing eliminations and all this off the porch, eliminating people that don't deserve it. But he should have had enough mental capacity to keep Sully in line. Okay, because you need they needed each other. Yeah. So, in my opinion, it's Dushane's fault for not valuing Sully. It wasn't just Dushane by itself.
So, two things I have before I let Miss K go. One, there's remind me, and I hate to bring up Howard, it's a whole other show, but Tamika told Angela, you know, I hired you for this position, but you have weaknesses, and I have to know how to manage them. So I feel like that's a good way to kind of deal with when you're in management. You have to know how to utilize your team. Granted, they were supposed to be, you know, partners, but that's neither here nor there. And two, I do love the dialogue with their last scene together, because Dushane did admit to Sully, like, hey, you're right. We can't be in this game without bodies dropping. Yeah, it's unrealistic. But go ahead, Ms. K. How do you feel about this partnership and what was their flaw?
I think that both of them had flaws. I think, first of all, one thing I learned about a partnership, whether it's with a street business or, you know, a regular business, is you can't have a 50-50 partnership. You have to have someone that takes the higher percentage, because you're going to need that person that's hired to break, you know what I'm saying? If you guys don't agree, somebody higher has to have the final say, right? Okay. So I think that's something that should have been established. I think Dushane, because of the type of person that he was dealing with, he should have used his brains to manipulate Sully, kind of like the way Ghost did Tommy a lot of the times. You gotta what'd you say, Brillo? I can't hear you.
You're on mute.
Yeah.
I agree with you. You should know how to play Sully. Sometimes you gotta, you know, make him think he, you know, a full partner when he, you know, really not.
When you really not. Exactly.
Called manipulation.
So, you gotta value, but you still gotta value him. You know.
Yeah, he should have. I think the problem with Dushane was that he did value Sully, but he didn't express it to him. And because of the fact that, like, even other people was pushing, people was already looking at, from like the first season and stuff, was already looking at Dushane like he was the boss. And that made Sully feel some type of way. That's not on Dushane. Yeah. That's not on him. But unfortunately, Dushane had to, you know, up his psychology game with this dude, because he wasn't right. His friend wasn't right in the head. But I think that Sully was a big problem. He was a big part of that situation because he was never satisfied. He felt entitled. He didn't think before acting, of course, impulsive, right? And and at the end of the day, he was resentful after a while. And I think the resentment that set in caused him to do more things and caused him to be more ungrateful towards Dushane. So, and Dushane never threw it in his face until that time when he asked him to go to Spain. And I used to be so tired of Dushane not saying, what about when I helped you? What about when I helped you? Right? When he finally said it to him when they went to Spain, I was like, about the whole thing to go to Spain, I was like, finally, like, you take mad long to say something. You've been helping this guy this whole time. Like, come on now. But yeah.
So
they needed counseling.
That brings up a question I did have in my recap. Now I want you to answer first, Brillo. So there was 2 instances specifically in this season where Kieran and Jock both included Dushane on situations where Sully would have preferred to handle it on his own. So do you think they reached out to Dushane because they think of him more of a boss, or did they think Dushane was more compassionate to the situation?
They knew they had a sucker on the line. They wasn't doing right. They were snakes. So of course they're gonna call Dushane. So yeah, I agree with you. They're gonna call Dushane because they weren't being solid. They weren't. They're gonna call Dushane because they know Dushane will, be softer on the situation or handle it, when he don't have nothing to do with it. They didn't want to come to Summer House Sully with their tomfoolery. Because they knew they would get stepped on.
Somehow
they know they were out of pocket. They're gonna go to Dushane because and that's still right there. That just show his crew wasn't loyal. He should have got a whole new crew.
But at the end of the day, honestly, from my point of view, because of course they're probably seeing a different side, I feel like Dushane showed less compassion and gave, like, in some instances, 0 F.
Yes.
What did he say about Kieran?
Yes.
He said
we ain't friends. He's not my friend. He didn't care. He didn't even want Jack doing the he didn't even want Jack doing the protest.
That's your man's though.
He
said it's not.
Yeah. It was like you a drug dealer.
I'm gonna need you to
bring too much attention to yourself. Look, then you see her face plastered, painted on the wall.
That's what I said. I said no. Only if you're a dead drug dealer is that acceptable. Not if you're alive. We don't do that.
And the thing is, this is what I'm talking about. Incompetent Sully, your little legend, somehow Sully, who was in and out the game so many times, I don't even know what to say. Like, Dushane, the reason why they call Dushane is because they know he takes care of stuff. It wasn't about them being snakes, Brillo. Remember, when the shipment was going, what did Jack say? Should we call Dushane? So there was no snake infamy. There was no snake behavior going on with that time, in that moment.
Time it was. My thing was they thought Dushane cared, but we saw he didn't. He would have let your man.
Yeah, I ain't like that.
He cared to a certain extent. When it comes to them keys, no.
Yeah.
But I do have kind of 2 questions in one because Miss K touched on it a couple of times. I want to ask, was Sully competent enough to run his organization? And I also want to know, did Dushane and Sully need each other to run this organization? So y'all can kind of answer either both or none. But Moochie, what do you feel about Dushane and Sully? Did they need each other? And was Sully competent enough to run it on his own?
He wasn't competent enough to run it on his own. Look he doesn't know how to deal with crisis. And this whole thing showed with them going there. I was pissed off that he let Jack go in there to check out the shipment and he stood outside instead of him going up in there. You don't know what you got her walking up into. I don't know. I just feel like he's not competent to run an organization. If he's competent enough, if somebody gives him direction, and that's where Dushane came in, and that's how it should have been ran. Because he like I said, he's too impulsive, and he made a lot of messed up decisions.
Miss K, what do you think about it?
Do you let me ask you, pretty girl, I don't know if you went as far as back, because I didn't, but I just do remember this, right? When Sully tried to go off on his own with the white boy, the one that plays Arthur from Peaky Blinders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did it work out, or did Dushane have to come and help out? Did he have to come and help a ninja out, or what? Because he was the top boy in that situation, right? It didn't even work out. And so as far as the competence, we know he's totally incompetent. And the only reason why that whole that whole scheme worked, that whole plan with the nursing home even worked, is because it was luck at the end of the day. It was luck. That sucker was about. He picked a woman that he didn't even freaking know. She was sweating bullets. Her shiftiness made Johnny freaking his what do you call his antennas raised, right? So there you go. Okay, and then this guy, I'm not gonna keep saying it. He was on a freaking boat. And Dushane was running things. So no, that's the answer to your next question. He didn't need him. They didn't need if it's Sully with Dushane, yeah, they need each other, right? Sully needs Dushane, absolutely. But Dushane can run it by himself. He don't need Sully.
He was
I'm
running
just
it by
my
himself.
answer real quick. I do feel like let me just answer real quick. I do feel like they both need each other because Sully, well, not necessarily Dushane needed Sully, but he needed someone like Sully in the sense of willing to put in that work and get his hands dirty. At the end of the day, you need that. You need a Tommy, if you will. I lost my train of thought. Oh, and you ain't gonna tell me that Abigail wouldn't go snitch. So whatever happened. We already know how to end it. But I thought that Abigail was gonna go right to the police station.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Brillo. I know you got a lot of thoughts. Go ahead.
Okay. So, impulsive, I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, yes, he could have ran the organization if he would have had the same support, if he would have had the support of his own crew who lying to him, stealing packages, stealing shipments. Like, come on, man. What's going on here? Sully is a hustler. Okay, we want to bring up the fact that it didn't work the one time. It didn't work. He had a fumble in the Western game. But we're not gonna bring up the fact that this dude was broke in Jamaica. This dude was damn looking like a slave in Jamaica. Dirty clothes, no peas, no money. Who came to say like Sully could have died if people were solid with his crew, and then we want Sully just to be a one-man drug dealing cartel. You can't trust nobody in your crew or nothing. Like, this is impossible. How can you service a whole with the amount of drugs that they were servicing if you don't have a crew that's gonna be solid with you? You have to trust somebody. The people who you put trust in did not allow him to succeed. Soon as he became on top, here come the Irish. And then as soon as we handle that situation, Jacques steals the damn shipment. My own lieutenant. So, everybody was against the man. So I guess you're right. When you got so many haters that don't want to see you shine and don't want to see you win, it happens. Like, I'm not making this stuff up, people. I'm not making it up. This stuff really happened. It really happened. This is not my theory. This stuff really happened. So, of course, they needed each other. Dushane, they needed each other. Dushane was kind of the brains, but then we see he ain't that smart either. We call Sully stupid. Dushane is not smart at all. He lost all his money, just like Franklin saying. You know what I'm saying? So if Sully had a solid crew around him, the fear that he had, the name that was ringing out, like, come on, like, he could have ran that in his sleep. It would have ran itself, honestly.
Exactly. That's why he went to Jamaica, because of that, right? Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah, and that I wanted to get into this a little deep, but I know Brillo, he talked more about it on his live, so go to his live, talk about it a little more extensively. But Dushane did make a lot of mistakes, giving Life all of his money, killing Jeffrey, and just not even, I don't even say he did a cleanup job. I don't know what he called himself doing.
That wasn't cleaning
up. He put a Q-tip on a pool of blood. That's pretty much the extent he went to. And, just stealing the money from Sully. I feel like a lot of things were mistaken. Do y'all feel like, and just real quick, Dushane's mistakes he made this season, How do y'all feel about that? Just maybe 1 to 2 sentences. Ms. K, how do you feel about Dushane and the things he pretty much decided to do in season 1?
I think that I think the white man who wrote this final season screwed them over.
Yep.
And I talked about that in my video as well. It was a white man,
just like they did Snowfall.
It was a white man who wrote this final season, and the actor who played Dushane was not too thrilled about the situation, and that's the reason why it got screwed up like that, because they didn't allow the real stuff to show through. If you really think about it, the only person that kind of stayed true to character was Sully. Dushane, like you said, we talk about Dushane is so smart, this and that. Yeah, he wasn't smart. He dumbed out. He weakened. He became weak, and he dumbed out. Okay, and to be honest, I think that his decisions were terrible. He didn't even clean up the body with Jeffrey. With Sully, I don't care about him stealing it. I mean, stealing the food. I really don't, because of what Sully did to him. I didn't care about that part. I just kind of felt like, at the end of the day, I was hoping that Dushane would be the one to kill Sully, but he didn't. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. With Life, he probably should have been a little more careful, not put all your money with her. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't really know this chick like that. You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, you did kind of strong arm your way in, you know? So you never know if people are holding on to grudges or, you know, anything like that. I mean, she was working with Jamie at first, so, and she's also friends with Lizzie. So anything could have went left, right? And as far as, I just want to say something to Brillo real quick, as far as trusting, being too trusting of your crew, eventually I think that's going to show some type of weakness, because they're going to pick up on that and think they can lie to you every time, and they're going to see that you're weak. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a little freaking skeptical sometimes, right? You want to talk about some fear all the time. Like, how does guy want to show fear? He want to be so fearful, but then he also want to be so trusting.
And that was my thing. I feel like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I got it written down. I'm not gonna forget. Go ahead.
No, and I think the thing that bothered me with the whole side thing, like, it didn't make sense. Like, Sully, nothing ding dong to you, like, with Kieran blaming Sai stealing the food, like, yes, Sai could have possibly like followed, but I just feel like it just didn't make sense. Like, like you said, it took Dushane to really come in and start thinking like, things that make you go, So go ahead, finish your thought, Ms. K.
Just one more thing, to you, Brillo. I just wanted to say,
I'm stressed out.
I just wanted to say, you saying that nobody was backing Sully. I wonder why. This freaking guy was out here, had hella enemies. He had enemies from his cousin. His cousins were his own enemies because he was a snake.
One person he eliminated that did not have it coming. I can't name one.
He was a snake, though.
Who snake?
He was a snake. I can't even remember right now, but how you going to tell me he wasn't a snake? He was grimy. Who did he snake? Dushane. How about that? Listen, and the crazy thing, let me talk about this real quick. Is it okay, pretty girl? I gotta bring this is old stuff. Remember Jim? Remember how something was stolen and he blamed Jim? This is how freaking stupid Sully is. He was ready to take out Jim, and Jim didn't even snitch. This guy makes enemies for no reason because he's impulsive. He doesn't freaking think. I just can't with him.
I disagree.
I agree. That's why I didn't want to keep repeating myself, because it seemed like every time I talk about his impulsiveness. So that's like beating a dead horse at this point.
You get it. You don't like Sully.
You would want Sully if you had a crew, right? You decided to put a crew on the street. You would want Sully to be the leader.
Would I want Sully to be the leader?
Yeah,
absolutely. Unequivocally, because I'm going to keep Sully in line. And he's going to be feared.
What if you got to take your hands off of it?
That's not going to happen.
Okay. You can't go on PTO at all.
No PTO for you, Brillo. No, I'm not. Everybody has their attributes. Okay, we're not going to ask Tommy Egan, I'm saying, to talk about power to do the same thing that we're going to ask James St. Patrick. You got to put, I'm the coach, right? I'm putting everybody in position. I'm not going to have Kobe playing center. I'm going to put him at that 2 guard. I'm going to give him the ball.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm going to do. So what was the question? Your thoughts on Dushane? Yeah, I hate the fact that they destroyed this character. They totally destroyed the character, like Miss K said. Why would you, first of all, you eliminate the only man that could probably help you find this lady? This man lost money too. What was the point in eliminating him? Then you give all your money to one spot, put all your eggs in one basket. That was dumb. They totally, like Miss K said, dumbed down Dushane. So we can agree on that. As far as like the Sully hate and only seeing his flaws and not his good attributes, I don't really rock with that. But you know, to each his own.
And that's the thing. Like, they show so many signs of Dushane just using the brain cells. But you decide to kill a white man, okay, and not clean up thoroughly. You didn't have Sully come over help you. You didn't ask Shelly. You had people you can call to help you clean up. Like, I don't understand. Like, that's what, and I love that you put it out in this case. You know, I probably would have forgot, but it's just like, who wrote this? This is so out of character for Dushane. So I just want to get to the next question. What are your thoughts on Dushane's fate? You know, do y'all agree with it? Do you think it's on par? What do y'all feel? Moochie, go ahead.
It pissed me off that happened like that. It just, that whole, how he got taken out, it just, I was just like, I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either, to surprise y'all, but I don't know what other option Sully would have to either just let him run off or do what he did. But no, I didn't like it. Somebody else could have did it. Although they should get an award for that scene. Top tier acting from both parties. It was top tier. Really don't they should get some type of award for that.
I hope so.
On that.
Amazing.
That was crazy.
They said everything I feel like we needed to hear. I didn't mean to cut you off, but they the dialogue between them two, it was perfect to me. But go ahead.
Yeah, it was perfect. I didn't like the fact. I didn't want that to end like that. Just that the writers of this season, they kind of blew it. Like, I'm mad that Dushane got eliminated this part of the game. I'm glad at least they didn't turn him into the whole Franklin. Wanted to make him Franklin, but I hate that it had to be Sully that did it.
Yeah.
But I don't know what other option he had. I know we don't like it, but
he said he wasn't trying to go back to jail. And now one thing I do want to mention about, oh my God, his name lost me real quick. Isaac. I love the advice that he gave Dushane. Life on the run is expensive.
Yeah.
I feel like just going to Turkey probably wouldn't have been, he couldn't even handle being broke in Jamaica. So being broke in Turkey, yes, he said, Isaac said it was, a person like Dushane can probably, just make a life out of it. But I feel like, just the people, they kind of stick to their own. And when it comes to those type of countries, so I don't see Dushane sticking and moving, but I did love that part. But
is that the lawyer you talking about?
Isaac, no, he was the guy that was going to help.
I thought his name was Latif. Oh my gosh. I've been saying Latif on my recording, so I hope, because even my my screen said Latif, so I'm like, okay, well, this is this guy's name. Maybe his last name was Isaac. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check and
have the Isaac Latif. I can
and make a correction or something, child, because I don't want to be saying the wrong name now.
It was, his first name was Isaac.
Okay, maybe the last name.
His lawyer was Wilson Lee. That was
right. Okay.
But yeah, I do love that about it. But like I said, I didn't love it, but it is what it is. And how do y'all feel about? I want to know what your thoughts on Sully's fate, and who do y'all think killed it? I'm just going to say, I feel like it was Jock. The bop of the person who kind of did it, and then that was her only way to get free from the situation, the only way to escape death, and the only way to get out the game. And he killed her best friend, which was kind of her fault anyway. But I feel like it was Sully. I don't feel like it was really a cliffhanger per se in terms of a mystery, because I feel like it was in the way. And the night before, she told Bex, her girlfriend, like everything's gonna be all right. She already had it in her head, like, she was gonna do that, but Brillo, what do you feel about?
Well, can I answer the thoughts on Sully real quick first? I mean, I didn't get to say not Sully's fate. I didn't get to talk about Dushane's fate.
Oh, really? Okay.
I just want to say that I didn't like it. I know that's probably not but if he got deleted, that's fine. Name of the game, right? But like I said, I'm always about who did it, and I just don't feel like that's fair that it was Sully, somebody that he always, bailed out. If anything, I felt like it would have been more of a justice if Dushane would have, off Sully instead. But at the same time, it might have been also maybe it wouldn't have been true to Sully's character, Dushane's character, who really showed that he loved Sully, right? But I kind of thought like, well, if Dushane doesn't die of somebody, taking him out, I thought he was going to die from a freaking heart attack. I mean, they were showing him grabbing his chest all the daggone time. But when he was running, I didn't see him grab that chest not one freaking time. And
that was the adrenaline pumping.
I could have sworn he was going to go out like that.
Yeah, I said that in my review. That I feel like they just kind of left that storyline off the table. Like we could have, they was insinuating that he was having health problems. So where did that go from? I don't know.
Sorry. You can go on to the Sully thing. Sorry.
Okay. So Sully, whoever wants to go. Who I'm sorry, I lost count of who went. Please say your thoughts while I get my notes real quick.
So I mean, I'm good with it. It's part of the game, It was a little shocker. I'm cool with it. It was going, as long as he don't end up like Franklin, I'm good. Go to jail, get clapped, pause. But you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it. Somehow Sully went out like a, live by the gun, you die by it. I wasn't mad at it. I don't unequivocally will not say that Jock did it at all. I feel like I would hope that it was that ZT that Sully
Sai, yeah.
That person wasn't tall enough to be Sai.
It was Sai. It was not.
Yeah, I went back and watched it so many times.
And Sai never had a beanie on, like in a rip. Like that was all Sully's fault. I mean, I watched at least 10 times. It was different.
I slow mode it. That was Sai.
Okay.
I don't think it's meant for anybody to figure out, guys.
Yeah,
I think we can try to do it all day long. I don't think that was
here, bruv.
It's not. I don't think so.
But as we stated earlier in the live, though, Sai is on a whole. Even though, it would be cool to somebody in a whole other level to just get Sully like that. But realistically, like, I don't know. But go ahead. I mean, there's an argument that he could be the guy because what we had the Omar situation. So
he could have just let Stephen do it.
Yeah, they should have. But I think because everybody was like thinking that's what was gonna happen. I knew
give us what we want.
Yeah, I knew they weren't gonna do it like that, guys.
But you never give us what we want.
But you, Brillo, maybe you might have a point. I don't feel like it was Sai, but when I first saw it, I said, what if it could have been anybody from Jamie's old crew, right? That was the first people I thought. I was disappointed that Jack didn't already have a plan to take out Sully once he basically threatened her at that table right there. So I thought that she was gonna go full like G mode from right there, right? Okay. Oh, we're not doing this, but that I was disappointed. But anyway, the person looked like to me. I kept reminding. It looked like a raggedy wig. I mean, it didn't look like a hat to me. It looked like a raggedy blonde wig, but like a disguise. Like I felt like it was like a disguise. But when you said pretty girl, it looked like her bop. It did look like Jack's little bop, how she walks, right? Mm-hmm. But for you, Brillo, to make your point make a little sense, is that yes, we had Stefan there, right, in the park, about to do it, right? But we don't know if Stefan decided I'm gonna walk away and Sai was there with him in case he didn't carry it out, right? Yeah. Somewhere along the park somewhere and was like, no, I'm not letting this go. I knew this little freaking guy couldn't.
I would have liked that if one of Jamie's crew did it because
me too.
I wish they would have showed us. I wish they would have.
Right.
I wish they would have showed us. We saw that.
Right.
I'm sorry. I wish they would have showed us who it was.
Right. There's no need for a cliffhanger. It's not another season. Goofy writers.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I wish they would have showed us. I wish they would have had, like how you're saying, Miss K, Like he wasn't able to do it, and then Sai comes and do it. I could
That's
see that
perfect.
happening.
That's
I could
great
definitely
writing.
see that happening.
Yeah. Because Sai been knew about it, and Steph confided in, because everybody knew, but Steph confided. Yeah, I did see it was,
and I like
that would have been hot too. But it's just the way how many times I looked at it, it made more sense for Jacques to do it. She had more incentive, I feel, to do it versus Sai.
Too many people had incentive though.
Well, no, she had more. Like she was next on his list if she saw him again. And then,
but we don't know that for sure though.
She couldn't get out. She couldn't escape.
Situation.
Like she literally needed to kill him, get out the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I just feel like it just made the most sense it to be her. And like I said, I studied her bop. Like it's just the way
I know how she walked too. Yeah.
Like nobody else walks like that.
Yeah.
That's so whack. But she's still alive. Like, come on.
I just have a couple more questions.
Yeah, and RC, you talking about Aaron? It was whack that he wasn't there either.
Yeah,
dropped the ball, man. Like, where's Aaron?
I didn't like that. Like I wanted what I said in my review. I wanted at least a phone call while he was in the group home, like some type of way, because it made it seem like Aaron just left Steph out.
Yeah,
like, I didn't like that.
That's so terrible.
One moment. So
it was rushed. The whole writing.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, six episodes.
We need at least 8 at the very least.
Let me tell you something. It's the curse. It's the curse of the 6 episodes. Didn't they do this with Game of Thrones? Moochie, Brillo. I don't know if you saw it. 6 episodes. You cannot.
Yeah, that was the last season.
You can't tie up a season like that unless every episode is an hour and a half long. There's no way.
Yeah. All right.
It's a curse.
My last 3 questions. Did you guys get closure from the ending, and would you like a spinoff? And what do y'all think would have been Steph's future? Well, is Steph's future in top future? I know it's multiple questions, but just if you want to touch on all or just one, that's fine. Brillo, what do you think?
I did not get closure. It was goofy. It had 6 episodes. Yes, they needed to spin off. Steph should have jumped off the porch. What are you here for if you're not gonna jump off the porch? You got every reason to go hard. Then they killed your brother. You a damn orphan now. You in with the ZT crew. Like, they already showing you love. This is a drug show. This is what we watch it. What is the point of this dude not jumping off the porch? When I saw the previews of this dude and the way he was
I thought he was gonna be doing more too.
I felt like he was gonna jump off the porch and he got every reason. He's sitting there talking to his brother at the sitting on the bench by himself, like he in a group home now. It's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? And I get it. Maybe they just wanted to show, like, he's still a kid, yada, yada, yada. That ain't why we watched the show.
No.
That ain't why I watched the show. He should have eliminated Sully. Mm-hmm. He should have clapped Sully paws. He should have ended his life. I would have been so happy with that. And yeah, I know it's cliche and it's what the community said, but sometimes writers, it's okay to give us what we want every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then. They act like it's the crime. Sheesh.
The white man said nope.
Yeah, like, it's not a crime. It's not a crime to make a great show like this. It's not a crime to make it totally satisfying at the end. Like, come on now.
Yeah, that would have been. I was disappointed in this, like Snowfall.
Man,
right? If they would have zoomed in on that face and it was little Steph, and I would have lost it. We would have been so happy.
I agree, Miss K. What do you feel? Did you get closure? Would you like a spinoff? What do you?
Can you tell me? Oh, how many questions is it?
It's 4. Did you get closure?
Oh, I see it. Never mind. I see it. And did you get closure? Would you like spinoff Steph's future Jack? Okay, I got it. Okay, so for closure, absolutely not. Would I like a spinoff? If I'm not gonna find out who deleted Sully, no. Steph's future, don't care. Jack's future, don't care. No.
Jack's future, she shouldn't have.
If they're not answering questions, don't care. I think that we could kind of predict what Jack's future is gonna be. There's no
job at one of them.
Yeah, factories. She's leaving the game. She's gonna live with her girl, and they're gonna raise the baby. She's out of the game, and she doesn't have to worry about nobody taking her out. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. I'm actually a little different. I actually did get closure, mainly because the two characters died at the end. It wasn't enough. I don't know what I wanted. That's closure enough for me. In terms of Steph, Steph did say one line when he was on the bench, like you mentioned, Brilla. He told Jamie, like, there's nothing for me. There's no life, pretty much saying there's no life around me. His best friend died, parents died, his brother, that's alive is, not in his life seemingly. And, his brother died. So it would make sense for him to be a part of that thug life because he's so close with Sai, his proximity to it. And when you if I feel like he's at a place where I don't got nothing else to lose, I feel like, yeah, you can go and get a degree and go straight.
Like Kennard or something. He's going hard.
So
should have a couple bodies on him.
Yeah, I mean, they like built him up to kind of like go dark and kind of to not really dark, but like he was out of school, cutting school all the time, trying to tell the girl to cut school, trying to use a tool. It was just building him up for what? Yeah. It was just so stupid.
Yeah, because I don't know. I had a theory that him and Aaron was going to kind of, because they had a common enemy, Sully. I thought it was going to probably, come together. He killed my pops. He killed my brother. Let's figure something out.
Yes, that was my theory too. I thought she was actually going to do it because I thought he was going to influence her. But nope.
Pops deserve, like they stop it. With your pop Driz, stop it. Your pops was deserve what he got. You're not even gonna pretend like Driz didn't deserve what he got.
No, I'm not saying that. I don't think he deserved 20 bullets.
Yeah, when I heard that, I wasn't sure if that was necessarily
insane.
A rumor or I don't remember Sully specifically.
He faded it out. I thought he just got a shot.
Yeah, the guy said 20.
Yeah, he said that.
Bullets.
But you know how like in the hood they play telephone? That's what I was kind of thinking. How like, it was 2 shots, but somebody said 20. Like that's what I was thinking. I even though Sully loved Driz, I don't know, and I know it's Sully, but I don't see him just giving round off that much one that you making it hot to really you sticking around to give up 20 shots. But I was like, ooh, 20. Maybe that's a little, a little good fail.
For me, as a writer, I wouldn't put that in there if it didn't mean anything. And if it was just hearsay, I would have had somebody clear it up. I would have had in a dialogue, I would have had them clear it up. Like, man, they over here talking about he was shot 20 times. I only shot him 1 time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just wouldn't put stuff in there. But listen, nowadays, folks is just writing all crazy.
Miss K, everybody ain't you. People out here just saying stuff and writing stuff.
They just writing stuff willy-nilly. And then I thought maybe since it was 20 shots, maybe it was kind of like send a message. Like this was our boy and this is how we did him. So don't even play with us.
I can see that. I can see that. All right, last 2 questions, guys. I'm sorry it's been long, but
it's okay. Sorry that we are doing this to you. Oh my gosh.
No, I appreciate. I feel bad because I'm like, I people tend to lose interest in long lives, but that's fine. I'm having a good time because this is the end of the show. So we'll talk about it. Speaking of writing, Miss K, I'll give you the podium first. Would you change the ending if you had control of the script? Would you have different options for Dushane and Sully, and what would that be?
Yeah,
you would.
I would definitely do that. I would have, like I said, Dushane would have been behind the whole thing, that whole little takeover. That was been his little plan to get his money back. I would have loved him to live happily ever after, but I think since they played into that whole little chest grabbing thing, that the feds would have been on him and he would have died of a heart attack. Something like that. And then for Sully, absolutely going down, bye. But I wouldn't mind. I would have either made Dushane do it or Jack with the way things were going. But see, I wouldn't have written all that stuff that Jack did though. So that means it would have changed the whole trajectory. So I wouldn't have even did all of that. But I think I would have did the whole Aaron thing. Like Aaron is the one that we wouldn't have saw coming.
That would have been
so I would have had her do it because this is payback for her father. Whether he deserved it or not, Brillo, that's her father, right? Yeah. And I guess she said she didn't even get to say bye to him. You know what I'm saying? So I think they would have been that way. And it wouldn't have been no cliffhanger. We would have known who did Sully. Okay?
Yeah.
That's
Brillo,
it.
Brillo, what do you think? What would you change?
I would have had Dushane leave to get out the country. Okay, he would have won. Basically, I wouldn't have had him do all the stupid stuff. He might have lost the money, but he would have had a backup plan, a couple million tucked off or something. He would have been able to get out the country. I would have had Sully go out in a shootout or something. If it wasn't gonna be Steph, I would have had him go out with his gun, a shootout like a G.
I thought he was gonna get taken out there.
2 bazookas.
So
all right.
Moochie, I would have kept Rock Solid too, because I liked her character. I love the female G's. But dog, like what she did, and it was just so goofy to me. I cannot get past it. Yeah, and I don't have no love for her character. I just what she did, I can't get past it. The nerve to try to, turn your nose up or try to what's the word I'm looking for? Try to have a change of heart or a mental dilemma just because it hurts your family when you'd have been hurting you were a drug dealer. What did you think was what you were doing?
Right.
You're not selling dinners for the church.
It was
You're selling drugs. They're buying your drugs. They're taking the drugs. You're tearing up the community. Like, did you not know this? It's crazy.
Moochie, what about you?
If I had control of the script, I would have definitely had Dushane leave after that whole nursing room thing. The whole nursing home thing when they took out the Irish people. With Johnny. I would have had him leave then, and I would have had him also tell somebody about how he, took out that man. And I wouldn't have want him to die. I would have wanted him to get out the country right after that. Yeah. Because he already stepped back and let him take over. Sully came back and got him because it went sideways. And then as far as Jock, she should have just never came back if she was going to take the money. That didn't make any sense to me. She was already gone. They ain't really know how to get to her.
Right.
Yeah.
She should have dropped it off somewhere, and they made the call like, I dropped the food over here, such and such.
That's all she had to do is be like, it's not my house.
Yeah.
Come by there because I know you're there.
I feel like the girlfriend kind of influenced her a little bit in terms of like, you can't just up and leave. Like, I got a whole life here, and some people are comfortable at home. Like, she wanted to be like, Lauren was like, some people just don't know how to just uproot and leave and stay gone. Like, they always like Wallace. You always end up coming back. Like, it's just one of those things, that's how people are.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, if I really was writing the script to the way I want it to be my way, I would have kept Dushane alive. But I'm just kind of going by how it always ends. Somebody got to die. And I would have did it by the heart attack. We don't know no drug dealers that died of a heart attack, right?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, that would have been. I thought
you would have
changed up or a heart attack at the most random place.
Place. He left. He went. Right. He got out the country.
And then boom. Then it happened.
Boom. Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, you gotta go. Thank you for sticking around. We about to end it.
Yeah, bro.
Good night. Thank you.
Right, nice debating with you.
Wakanda forever.
I was going in. And I got one last question. Just overall, any missed opportunities this season? I mean, we discussed some, but is there any other things y'all want to get off y'all chest or off your heart? I know you got reviews coming out, Miss K. But anything that you can think of or any final thoughts regarding this season? And also, if you can, just give me your favorite moment if you have one.
I think I messed up. It's like this, right? Wakanda forever, or like this.
Yeah,
messed up. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, guys, I had to make sure I get that right because I do got respect for Marvel. So, especially the Black Panther. So, any missed opportunities? I think that. Oh my gosh, it's too many.
All right. If you would have just put it like that, then I mean, yes, 6 seasons. You know, the end is a lot.
It's
Honestly, it is a lot. So
it's too many. Like they didn't say where the brother, like you said, we talked about the brother not being there. I mean, why did they bring up? Why bring up these Irish people? Why bring up Billy, the half kid,
and I
the
thought
half and
something
half
was
kid?
going to happen with his mom's. Like,
yeah, me too. I thought the mom was gonna be on some mama bear, like, oh, because they got her, but she got the bat, blah blah blah. Like,
yes.
I mean, why would you do all of that?
I was waiting for her to come back.
Me too. And I said that. I said, well, it looked like a blonde wig. Maybe mom came through, but she needed to be, she kind of was on a little healthier side.
Yeah,
right?
she was kind of on the thick side.
What the heck did we need this guy Bill for? Just for him to be done like that.
Yeah.
You know,
and then
it
was going to be more. I thought it was going to be more drama between. It just happened so quickly.
Right. And then we had Tia coming after Sully, you know, he got he done demand him. Right? He got rid of Jamie and he walked out and Tia's coming in. I'm thinking we're gonna see Tia this season. We ain't see her.
No.
It was just too much for me. I'm sorry.
That I didn't understand that. We didn't see her at all. And she actually saw his face. Just
I was wondering that.
Yeah.
Just
maybe
like
she would have been one. I don't know. It's weird. And maybe she was the person or just one of the people that was saying, like, you know, hey, it was Sully. Like maybe she was out there running her mouth. Maybe they could have showed her running her mouth to everybody. It was Sully. I don't know. It's just like you said, I don't understand.
And that was his little friend. You know?
I feel like there was maybe hopefully a lot of deleted scenes. Maybe it was in there. I'm just maybe giving too much credit. But Moochie, do you have anything, you know, that we haven't mentioned that's a missed opportunity?
No. You already mentioned it.
Any favorite parts? Any favorite lines from this season? Anything that you got?
I have a favorite line. Okay. And it comes from Sully, actually.
Okay.
He said, if we're not monsters, we're food.
Yeah, I love that too.
Yeah.
Yes. I like that.
I don't agree. I don't agree. Because it just means that you think that you got to be out here being a freaking, you know, a daggone lion or something. Like, you know, like you don't get nowhere being nice. But at the end of the day, look what people like him get. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So
I agree. He said a lot of things that I like. I ain't gonna lie. I did like his dialogue with Steph at the end, you know, pretty much saying, you know, what you had to see, it was effed up. But if you gotta do what you gotta do, it has to be like he pretty much was like, hey, I ain't running. Then of course I love the line he said to Jockey, even though it was effed up. He told her, you know, don't beg. It's disgusting. It was just, it threw me off. I'm like, I didn't expect that to come out of his mouth. Like,
I'm like, ugh. He had a God complex though. Like you can't tell me he didn't. When Karen was saying, he said, just tell me that you lied to me, this and that. And Karen was like, yeah, I lied to you. I was just so scared. Like, what the heck is going on? He said, you don't lie to me. Like, are you kidding me? Who do you think you are? You didn't even know he was freaking lying to you.
I thought about you because I know you come to the wire. It was giving me definitely like very much Marlo. Like I got a van out here. Like you about to like I'm like, Lord, he going to the van. It's a wrap.
Yes.
Talk about how are we going to fix this? I'm like, you can't fix this, Sully. It's you.
Yes.
I'm allow him to fix it. What are you talking about?
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, don't you think he should have been a little smarter, Karen? I mean, that's what I thought.
Like, he was stuck in a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, he was.
I think he should have stayed home. More to when Jock opened that trunk to show him what she did, like I felt like he should have just talked some sense. Like he didn't say too much to her. Like I felt like he should have just drilled her. Like, bro, like he just wasn't as outspoken as I thought he would be when he found out, you know, what she did. Not to say it was going to change too much, but
right.
I feel like that was a missed opportunity. And I don't know. I thought Mandy was going to maybe catch a body. I thought maybe
me too. Because I'm like, they showing her a lot.
Exactly. I thought they was gonna do more with that.
I had so many suspects for Sully, girl. So many suspects.
And I did like.
I was thinking her too, because the wig.
I didn't see no wig. I saw green.
I felt like it was
a wig. Like,
oh,
it was toe up looking, but it was blonde looking. Yeah. Like it was like, oh my God. I was like, is that a raggedy wig? I mean, you never know, Jack. If it was Jack, she might have put on a little wig.
That would have been fire if they would have saw that, like how Snoop did on a motorcycle. Like that.
Right.
I wish they would have did that and then show her take off the wig and then keep it moving.
Yes.
Yeah, that would have been cute.
Because they ain't even, whoever took him out never went back and got the food, none of that.
Nothing. Yeah.
Which they just gonna pop them and keep it
moving? It indicates that that's like a personal situation.
Yeah.
That's not, that don't got nothing to do with like drugs.
So then that's making me lean more towards Jack.
Yeah. Because I mean, Sai, he could have that same objective too, but if that's his opportunity to be top boy,
yeah. That's true.
You hungry?
Get the food.
There's one more thing I wanted to say and I forgot. Dang, I hate when I lose my train of thought.
I know. Sorry.
No, it's not none of y'all. It's just something I forgot. Dang, I was trying to remember.
Brillo, go to bed, Brillo.
Oh, I remember. I did like it. I thought it was cute that Steph and Aaron, they went to the clinic, even though they both
was a virgin. Like, yeah, oh my God.
Cute.
And did you hear that crazy story that she said? Look, somebody done lied to you, boo.
Exactly.
Talking about something he caught it from a toilet at one of his friends. Something crazy, right? It was something crazy. I said, that man lied to your friend's sister, okay?
I spread it misinformation to the youth.
Yes. But I like how the lady at the clinic was like, good for her, you know?
And the other, I forgot his name. One of the guys, he was like, "It's bad itchy, brother. It's bad itchy."
Bad itchy.
He was laughing at him when that part happened. I was cracking up with that.
Yeah, it was so funny scenes. I ain't even gonna lie. But overall, what do y'all rate the series and the season? Miss K, what do y'all on a scale A to F? What do you rate the season and what do you rate the series?
I rate the season a 5. But I rate the series because I have to weigh in the season finale, the series finale. I rated it 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moochie on mute.
I was saying 6 in my head for this season because of all of the different things that I didn't like, and I was being generous giving it to 6.
Yeah,
but I say an 8 overall for the overall series. I agree with you.
Yeah. I really enjoy, even though there were a lot of missed things. I still really liked it. So I'm giving us the season an 8, even though there are a lot of flaws. I still really liked it. And then the series, I probably give it an 8.5. But definitely entertaining show. But yeah, that's about it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank y'all it's almost 2 hours, so thank you for showing your passion.
I was so passionate, I was ready to cry, girl.
Really?
No, I'm just playing.
Okay, because I know Brillo did. I know he was ready. He was ready to cry, right, Brillo?
Brillo was mad, like, I can't believe this.
He was begging for Detroit to come up here. Maybe I can do a team. I don't know. I'm gonna have to pop some pills.
Don't do it,
Tylenol.
No.
If I have team toxic up here.
No.
Y'all be. So we'll see. But thank you so much, Moochie, for coming through. I know you're under the weather. So thank you so much.
Sorry, y'all. I'm kind of under
the
weather.
No, it's not you. I'm glad you came. You didn't have to do it. Let's see here. Y'all Queen, you said 5. That's not the finale. And she said, wait, all right, maybe you got some inside scoop, boo. Let me know.
What she saying?
I hope so.
Thank
you. Don't leave me.
I wouldn't mind either way if we had a spinoff or not. I like I said, I got closure. Because we were really invested in the 2 main characters, so we already know what happened. So whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was about it. Thank you guys again. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe. Ms. K, you have anything you wanted to talk about regarding your channel? Anything that's coming up?
Hopefully I'll stay up to watch The Shy. Hopefully. So that should be coming tomorrow night. And then I'm trying my best to finish this long recording that I did about my disappointment in Top Boy. And then I'm gonna have several other videos, recaps going on because I got those recorded. It's a lot of work going on as far as Top Boy goes. So I'm just hoping that I could get through it as much as I can, guys. So
Yeah.
wonderful if you'd be patient with a sister.
Moochie, what you
Please.
got going on? I'm sorry, Miss K, were you done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. I'm sorry, Moochie, go ahead.
I will be doing just my thoughts on the Shy, and then I'm hosting on Monday at 10 p.m. Power Book Force. We're doing a recap of that, but I will put my thoughts up and any theories if I have once I watch it. I don't even know. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch it tonight because I'm exhausted right now.
Yeah, get some rest. You're watching in the morning.
Understand.
Yeah, I'll probably. It's almost. I'm a night owl, so I'll be up watching Force. Lord, don't make me regret it, people.
I haven't even seen episode 2.
Wow.
I've been so busy.
I was about to say something, but nah, I ain't gonna say it.
Praise.
Yeah, don't say nothing.
But thank you guys. So yes, Trap Church on Sunday morning at 11. We'll talk about Power Book for Force, episode 3. Monday, if you're feeling well, Moochie and I will be doing a finale of Winning Time at 8:05.
Yeah, that too.
And then I'm gonna bring back my Power. I want to finish Power season 5 because we got episodes 6 through 10. So I'm trying to get through that. Hopefully in the next month we'll pick that back up. And yes, I think that's it for right now. Yeah, that's it. And
don't forget the Wire, Miss K.
Oh yeah,
The Wire. Next week we're doing our little special episode of the Wire where we talk about our favorite scenes, right? I was thinking we should throw in least favorite scenes as well because those always piss me off. Might as well draw some passion, right? And then talk about some fun facts. So we'll be wrapping it up, and it'll be done.
And yes,
and I'm sorry. Sunday, don't forget we're back on, guys. For
8:05.
Force, yes.
We're talking about
episode 3.
And I'll make a playlist of my recaps of the season of Lord.
Is it Top Boy?
Top Boy. Sorry, I just had a whole brain fart.
I know it happened.
It happened.
And I am be on the lookout because I am doing something in the future with Sopranos. Not necessarily a traditional rewatch, but I do want to kind of cover that on some level. But it's going to be a little different than your average recap. Because I've been watching a lot lately, and I've got some questions and some answers about some things. But yes, y'all, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you so much. Please like the video, subscribe, do all the things for your girl, and we will see you on the next one. Toodles. Bye.